Welcome to the Letting Go live stream Course in Miracles series. Today we're on lesson 175. God is but love, and therefore so am I. I give the miracles I have received. God is but love, and therefore so am I. I am at home. Fear is the stranger here. I love these lessons. I give the miracles I have received. So the Holy Spirit is an infinite treasure house, which you can appeal to with perfect certainty. For all things that will contribute to your happiness lie there, but for the asking. But for the asking, the door is never locked. It's always available. It's always open. And there is your supply. So why need hoard anything when you've got everything that will contribute to your happiness right here, right now. Um, so there's this infinite supply, and here I am focusing on all these little things, thinking that I might have lack if I give it away. What I give the miracles I have received, there's an amount of, I get whatever I give. So if I look at you and I see you as healed, I get healing. If I look at you and I forgive you, I am forgiven. We give the miracles and we receive them. It happens at the same time. To give is to receive. Now, a lot of times what we're doing is giving negative feelings, and we're giving out like a fear of something, and therefore we receive more fear, or we give out anger, and therefore we receive anger. It happens at the same time. So what we're looking at now is being love. We give what we are as love, which is everything the Holy Spirit has for us in this infinite storehouse. And we get more and more and more as we give more and more and more, as we have no needs unmet in the golden treasury of Christ. That's what it says here in the lesson. There's a second part to this. I'm at home, fear is a stranger here. So God is but love, and therefore so am I. So I'm love, and here I am carrying all this fear. Oh my gosh, look at this. But it's not me. It's the stranger here. So if I can look at myself as love, then fear really has no place in my being. It's not at all what I am. And so can you look at this complete foreigner in your midst, this fear, and let it go? We've been doing a lot of letting go of fear in the group that we do outside of here. And there's so much of this stranger that has been in my field and that I've been focusing on. Could I let that go and be at home with me and God and all of you? Only love. So God is but love, therefore so am I. I am at home, fear is the stranger here. So we'll go through a release on this. And could you allow that? Could you allow whatever comes up for you, anything that's obscuring your infinite generosity of all the things that will make people happy? And could you let go of the stranger in our midst, this fear? God is but love, and therefore so am I. Let's begin. God is but love, and therefore so am I. And who walks with me? The Holy Spirit walks with me, with infinite supply of everything that will bring happiness to everyone I see. And all I need to access this infinite supply is to give it away. So God is but love, and therefore so am I. And as love, I give the miracles I have received. So could you go ahead and take anyone you've been giving something other than a miracle? Could be this body that you seem to carry around. Could be another body you've been close to or been at odds with. What have you been giving them? And could you just notice if it's other than love, other than things that would bring you happiness and them happiness? And could you notice how it feels to give something and receive something you don't even want? And could you feel that feeling? Bring it up. And could you let it go? Could you let go of what you've received and given that you no longer actually choose to give and receive? It's just a choice. Would you let go of giving and receiving from this frequency, from this feeling? Let that feeling go if you could. And when could you let go? And start to give and receive miracles of joy, of happiness. Unless there's something else you want, you never have to let go. You could give anything you want to receive. I'm not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't. Just notice how it feels, depending on what you're choosing to give. And release anything that you'd prefer not be giving and receiving. For God is but love, and therefore so am I. I give the miracles I have received. And I've started to give more and more of these things that I would receive at the same time. And yet still it lingers. There's these times where I would judge and criticize and guilt another, or even myself, and therefore receive that. I see this splinter in my brother's eye, and I don't notice the beam in my own that I get just from claiming, hey, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. So can you look at anything you've been giving to someone else and therefore receiving that you're ready to let go of, that you're ready to release, knowing you never have to, it's just a choice. And so taking it lightly, I don't need to beat myself up about giving this in the past. It seemed like a good idea at the time. And just looking at, okay, I've been giving my brother this and receiving this. And how does that feel? To be giving and receiving something that you don't even want. Could you allow that feeling to be there without resisting it? For resisting it claims it's real, reinforces it. Could you just allow yourself to bring up this feeling that you've been giving out and receiving more of, and just allow it to release? It will release on its own if you let it, if you don't fight it, if you don't resist it, and claim it's real. Could you let this feeling release? What do you get when you release something? You get release. When you give release, you get release. Would you release this feeling, giving it freedom and getting freedom? When could you release? And come to being love as you are. God is but love, and therefore so are you. Giving the miracles you would receive, for it happens at the same time. So taking somebody that perhaps you've been perceiving as sick or bad or wrong or guilty, someone you've been attacking, and just notice if there's been what you've been giving them, doing something that's totally foreign to you, by the way. It's not what you actually are. And could you notice the resistance to giving them acceptance, to giving them approval, to giving them love? to giving them health, to giving them enlightenment, to giving them the Christ, seeing the Christ in them? Is there any resistance to giving these things and therefore getting them? You've got an infinite supply. Why hold back? Could you notice holding back? Take this, giving this person the Christ in them, the healing in them, acceptance of them, approval of them, love of them. As you hold it back from them, you hold it back from yourself. Could you just notice this holding back or resistance to giving what you would like to receive? And go ahead, feel that resistance, as if there's something wrong with giving and getting more of what you'd actually like. And could you go ahead and resist, feel that feeling, let it come up, let it enlighten as you just sit with it, notice it. Really resist giving them acceptance, approval, love. Really resist giving them the vision of Christ, healing. And could you surrender holding back your infinite supply of treasure? Would you surrender, just give up holding back this infinite supply of all things that would bring happiness to your brother and you? When could you let go and no longer hold back the love that you are? It takes what it takes. But you already know it's pretty absurd if you're going to get everything that you give to be giving out anything other than what you would choose to receive. So it's okay at any time to just let go of giving out anything but the love that you are. God is but love, and therefore so are you. And you are at home as love. There may be a stranger in your midst. That stranger is known, we've given it a name, fear. And this is so foreign to the truth of what you are. And it obscures the truth of what you are. Could you notice anywhere you've been entertaining fear in your house of love? All the anxieties, the worries, the terrors, the fears, all the things that seem like there's some kind of weird justification of keeping fear in the house. And can you just notice any of that? And it's okay to feel this feeling. Could you let that feeling up? And Dr. Hawkins would say, all fear is illusion. Could you surrender it to God? Just surrender it to God. It's a stranger here. You're at home. Could you be letting go of the fear? Oh, there's fear here. I feel it. You might notice it somewhere in your field, in your body. And could you just notice that feeling and be recognizing, oh, there's an illusion here, and surrendering it to God? This doesn't belong in my house. Just surrendering it to God. But I don't need to force it out. Just surrendering it to God. I don't need to stuff it down. Just surrendering it to God. Because you notice this feeling and just be aware of it and turning it over to God. All fear is illusion, surrendering it to God. It's a stranger here, surrendering it to God. Feeling it, it's okay, nothing to fight and make more real of it, just surrendering it to God. You are at home. Could you surrender the stranger of fear to God? Would you surrender? When could you surrender the illusion of fear? Turn it over to God. Be at home with what you are, love. God is but love, and therefore so am I. God is but love, and therefore so am I. I am at home. Love is my home. And yet I've had a stranger in my midst. There's fear, anxiety, worry, terror. So strange to what I am, and yet I've kept it in my house. And it's okay without making right or wrong of it. Could you just notice any fear of anything you've been keeping at home? We accumulate all kinds of strange things. So rather than attacking it or moralizing about it, judging it, could you just notice any fear, any anxiety, any worry? And could you maybe even just try saying, all fear is illusion. I surrender this to God. What's surrender? I don't need to do anything with it. I'm just turning it over. I'm surrendering. Don't need to fight this feeling, claim it's real. Don't need to push it away or stuff it down. Just letting it be there, surrendering it to God, surrendering this illusion that seems so real, yet is not. Could you just be surrendering this feeling, turning it over to God, surrendering it to God? And could you surrender more? Would you surrender more? Just letting any of this fear that's been hanging out at the house do what it does as you surrender it. Give it up. You are at home. Could you surrender? Give up the illusion of fear that doesn't belong here. Would you surrender? Give up the fear and be at home in love? When could you surrender the fear to God? It's just an illusion. It's not even real. God is but love, and therefore so am I. That's real. That's the truth. I am at home. Fear is the stranger here. Hmm. And so, what illusions of fear have you been entertaining? Yeah, and just being real easy on ourselves. Could you be easy on yourself rather than attacking yourself for having carried some fear or bought into an illusion? It looked real. It looked real. Could you just notice any of the illusions of fear, things to be afraid of, to fight, to run from, worries, anxieties, terrors? Can you notice how it feels or how it felt when you bought into that illusion, that stranger? Could you let that feeling up, knowing you're secure in your home as love, and it's just a stranger, just an illusion? Could you allow what isn't even real to unpack, unwind? Could you let this feeling be here for a moment before just surrendering this illusion to God, turning it over? Would you surrender the entertainment of the illusion of fear? When could you surrender this illusion, as real as it seemed, to be just an illusion? Surrender the fear to God. It takes what it takes. Just could you surrender all fear, the illusion, to God? To live in truth as love, at home as love. God is but love, and therefore so am I. And, there could be more of this. Well done releasing. I remember the first time that I really took Dr. Hawkins' words to heart. I was driving into the terror. There was so much fear. There was something I was called towards, and I was very afraid of it. And I just remembered Dr. Hawkins' voice: all fear is illusion, surrender it to God. And so I let this fear run on the whole 2-hour drive to where I was to go, where I was so afraid to go. All fear is illusion, surrender it to God. Just feeling that feeling, turning it over. All fear is illusion, surrender it to God. And I got there, and what I was afraid of wasn't even real. And I experienced multiple miracles that day. And I experienced the truth of Dr. Hawkins' words: all fear is illusion, surrender it to God. And how do you surrender it? You just sit through it and keep turning it over. And then once that's gone, once it lightens up or leaves, it eventually will leave entirely. Someone who's released all fear, I don't claim to have, someone who's released all fear will walk in that love and that confidence and that certainty that everything is working out in their highest good. They've accessed the storehouse of heaven, where all good things that would bring you happiness are. So it's so worth it to continue to surrender the illusion, whatever it takes. That's why we do this every day, multiple times a day. And I encourage you guys to come join us. Check out the link in the description, and surrender more and more of what you're not to be what you are. And then as you discover what you really are and give more and more of it, you get more and more of it. When you give somebody love, when you stop suppressing love and give love, you'll find that there's so much love there in you. When you look at someone as healed and discover their healing, you see them with the vision of Christ, you get the healing. You have the vision of Christ. When you give miracles, you receive miracles. And no longer do we have to pretend to be separate from God, walking in the world and showing our brothers what they really are, giving them what they really are, and receiving what we really are. Go forth and give miracles this day, and you will receive miracles this day. Be at home in love. Surrender all fear to God. It is but an illusion. And know the truth of what you are. God is but love, and therefore so are you. Have the best day you can in love.